Our next speaker, first of all, Martha asked if I could be helpful in trying to attract an important, influential leader from the beauty industry. And I said, I'll do my best. Who would you like? And the first name, right out of the box, was our next speaker, Jonathan Zarine from Clarins. He is the Groupe CEO of Clarins. A fantastic beauty company. He's had an extraordinary career, and when you listen for a second, you'll understand what I mean by that. But first of all, Clarins also supervises the fragrance businesses of Swarovski, David Yurman, and my favorite, Thierry Mugler Angel, which is I think from just a nose perspective, one of the best fragrances ever on the market is Angel from Thierry Mugler. But he began his career in 1993, and he's had these great experiences and exposures that I wish all of our young executives would get a chance to experience, because he's held increasingly growing in importance responsibilities throughout the world. And he's been in Spain, he's had time in Australia, he's had time in Singapore, where he supervised the Asia-Pacific business for Clarins, and of course France, the headquarters. He spent much of his career there, and then in 2004 he was named president of Clarins Canada, and then a few years later became president and CEO of United States business for Clarins, very prestigious market for him. And then now in the last couple of years took on the broader responsibilities of CEO of Clarins North America. He also serves on the board of the Personal Care Products Council as well as the Fragrance Foundation. He was named a member of the Foreign French Trade Advisors Committee by the Prime Minister of France. So without any more delay, let me please introduce and welcome Jonathan Zarine.
Well, thank you very much, Terry, for this very nice introduction. And I have to say that I'm truly excited to be here. I especially loved yesterday night when I listened to all the students. And as you said, Terry, I had a chance myself to do an internship also 20 years ago, exactly 20 years ago. And that's why with Clarins. And I've never worked for any other company. So a couple of advice, if you have a good internship, well, that's great, because it could really give you a good career. And if you find a great company, like some of you, I heard that you already have interns with Macy's, well, stick to this company, because you could have a great career. I would like to thank you, Terry, for kindly inviting me to speak with my French accent about the most important asset in our company, and that's consumers. And I'm sure it's the same for you. And as you say, Clarins manufacture great products, skincare and makeup and fragrances, but we see ourselves as a customer-centric company, not as a product-centric company. We don't look really at market share. We look at what we call pocket share. We like to have customers for life, and we like to have extremely happy customers. And what I'm going to do today is share with you concrete examples on how we create what we call loyalty beyond reasons. And when we talk about loyalty, we don't talk about only loyalty to our brand. We talk loyalty to the beauty advisors that is in the store, and we talk loyalty to the stores, because as you will see, in our industry, it's very important to have loyalty to the stores. And let me start with a very blunt but honest statement, and please trust me that I'm not making this statement because our biggest customer worldwide is in the room, or because some of the people that follow in my stage are also my biggest customers. But at Clarins, we love department stores. And not only we love department stores, but we need department stores. And I would like to tell you why. In our industry, it is crucial to understand that the department store is where the action is. This is where the retail experience and the theater happen, where the sale is won or lost, where a brand comes to life, and where the seeds of loyalty are planted. Our consumers, they want fun and engagement. Especially in the beauty industry, they want high-touch experiences. They want to interact with knowledgeable consultants that are provided by the department stores, and they want an experience to remember. The department store is where the magic happens. The department store is our stage, and we love department stores because it provides the ultimate consumer experience, and it remains the best expression of the brand essence. At Clarins, we believe that in order to be successful, we need to create intimacy with our customers. We need to listen to them. We need to understand them. We need to give them what they want and service them beyond their expectations. As I said earlier, at Clarins, we strive to create loyalty beyond reason and convert customers into brand ambassadors. While we sell high-quality products, we actually have our roots in service. This is a picture of our initial, I would say, initial place in Paris in 1954. Our founder, Jacques Courtin Clarins, who was a trained physical therapist, opened a beauty institute in the heart of Paris. A beauty institute will be what you will call today an urban day spa. And very quickly, women were flocking to his spa to experience his facials and beauty treatments. He created unique treatment application techniques that people really love. And to do so and to do this special treatment, he developed one oil, which is here, and we still carry this oil. And this oil was 100% pure plant extract oil. And today, they're still part of our portfolio. They were free for the face, free for the body. And because these oils were pure plant extract oils, Jacques Courtin and Clarins became one of the most advanced companies to harness the power of plants and introduce it with science to develop fantastic skincare products. The very important thing that Jacques Courtin Clarins did from day one was to have this genius idea to put in every single product that we manufacture, whether they are fragrances, whether they are makeup or skincare, a client feedback card. And this little card was giving to the company and to the founder an enormous source of inspiration for developing the products, for listening to their customers, offer the right service. Today, of course, and you will see later, we have digitalized this, but this has been a main source of a concept that we had for 50 years, which is called the permanent innovation concept. Every single car that you see, every single car that we receive everywhere around the world go back to the lab, which is in Paris, where we have our manufacturing center, and every single consideration or every single critic or comment on our products is analyzed by a service that we translate into the products, and we keep improving our product so they can become better. This was a very important thing that the founder created. Today, Clarins is a privately family-owned company and is one of the biggest skincare brands in the world, with more than $1.5 billion of sales. We are, and we've been for many years, the undisputed leader in prestige skincare in Europe, and we are also in prestige body care, which means skincare that is sold in department stores, the #1 player. But as you heard earlier, it's important that we also develop ourselves outside of Europe, especially with the news that we heard this morning. And while we're doing 60% of our business in Europe and 40% outside, our goal is to reverse that and increase drastically both United States and China, so we have 60% outside of Europe and 40% in Europe. But the most important thing is not to be #1 in Europe, or what is very important for us is that we have many, many loyal customers. This is for us the most important thing. In fact, our KPI at counters are on the number of customers that we recruit and the retention. And what I love about department stores like Bloomingdale's is that they developed tracking measures with their Be Connected system where you can know exactly how many people comes back to your counter on a regular basis. This is the KPI that I look every single week. So what we love is to have these loyal customers that really becomes our ambassadors and that recommend this to their friends, to their family. Taking the same customer-centric approach, we developed in 1992, as we wanted to diversify in fragrances, we developed a fragrance in partnership with the designer Thierry Mugler, and we decided to really develop it from scratch. And as I will present it a bit later, we apply exactly, even though it was in a different world, the same rules as Clarence by creating a very innovative concept, which I will present later. In my company, we put loyalty and consumer engagement at the heart of our strategy, and we believe that listening and servicing customers is a core competency that has allowed a family company to stay independent, different, and remarkable while being very successful. We are a very small player. That's me between the Lauder Group and the L'Oreal Group. So we are a very small player, but we find ways to stand out. And for us, the best way is to have customers falling in love with our brands, with our stores, and share the love with others. Now, as I say, today I would like to share with you 2 concrete examples on how our unique customer-centric approach and our service philosophy translate into engaging in-store activities. These 2 models are the one that we call the Clarence Touch, which is really about how we are taking care of our consumers in stores with Clarence, and the Mugler Fragrance Fountain, which is probably the most disruptive model that has been created in the fragrance business for the last 20 years, and it's called the Source. Now, they may look very different to you because they are 2 different brands, 2 different worlds, but you have to remember this initiative were developed by the same company with exactly the same strategy applied to them and having a customer-centric approach. I'll start with the Clarence Touch. As I say, this is a concept that engages consumer at point of sales and create long-lasting relationships. In department stores, we execute the Clarence Touch in several ways. You have what we call the skin time, which is treatments that are happening at every counter in the world, engaging events which are happening in the aisles of the stores, and something very unique that very few companies manage to do because it requires really a lot of special customer service is skin spas in department stores. Spas in department stores, and I will tell you more about this. The skin time is a 20-minute at counter that's happening at every counters in the world. And this is how we train our beauty advisors. First thing they want to do is seat customers in chairs, provide a personalized skincare prescriptions, offer a 15 to 20-minute application technique teaching lessons, and really how to follow this at home. It's a pleasurable encounter, it is a teaching experience, and it's a memorable moment. Every week in the US, for example, our skincare specialists perform over 8,000 skin time treatments. We have found that there is a direct correlation between skin time and sales. Our average transaction is about $80. With skin time, the average basket goes to $125. So yes, we believe in the power of touch. In order to create theater, we sometimes stage this with multiple sitting in stores, and we can have as much as 10 people having skin time at the same time. We call this model wanted, celebrity sitting, happy hour of beauty. These are just theater, but at the end of the day, we want to engage consumers in a fun, teaching, and relaxing environment. We executed over 2,000 events like this every year. Some of them generate as high as $50,000. Again, successful consumer engagement. Another retail execution of the Clarence Touch is the Clarence Spa, the Clarence Skin Spa, which is a concept that goes back to our spa heritage. It started first in France, and then we developed this in the UK, and it became so successful for us that it becomes a global initiative. The Skin Spa is basically a spa within a department store or a specialty stores. It's somewhere you can get our signature Clarins facial and body treatments that are performed by professionally trained estheticians. It's somewhere you can steal away for an hour. It's somewhere you can escape your busy life and where the ultimate customer service is provided. In fact, the quality of our treatment in a department stores is the same as if you were going very close to here to the Miraval where Clarins has a spa also. And what is very interesting is that today, if you look at the best department stores in the world, from Isetan in Tokyo, Selfridges in London, the Printemps in Paris, Bloomingdale 59th Street, or even the Bay at Toronto, they all have one thing in common. They all have a Clarins Skin Spa. The Clarins Skin Spa is also unique that it utilizes underperforming space in the retail store or non-performing space, sometime in another floor, and translate it into a real spa environment. In fact, we are able to provide an efficient service center that not only builds customers' relationship, but also makes money. Here's an example of a spa that we built in the first floor of a store, at the fashion floor. But we find a space that was a little bit at the back where there were too many changing rooms, and we built our spa there. This is an example where we have a spa attached to our counter, and we found the space behind it. Or some retailers sometimes have interesting ideas where they create the spa on the mezzanine of the store, but the access is from the bottom part. What you will find as an interesting design feature is what we call this glass cube. In fact, we try to create a separation between the busy retail environment and at the same time being able to show to our consumers that service is happening here, that there is a waiting area, there is a treatment pictures that show that service is in the store. And as you will see, we tried always to have a very effortless, very relaxing reception area. People come in, there's only one reception, there's only a few chairs, and at the same time, we're trying to build some of the most comfortable treatment rooms with a shower. Now, the skin spa have been very successful for us. We have done more than 150 spas around the world. And as I said, you will find in any top department stores a skin spa. And I would like to take you for a quick trip so you understand how we do that. And I would like to take this first example. It's an interesting store. This is a House of Fraser in Manchester. You see here the clinic counter on the bottom left part. You see the Clarins counter next to it. And as we explored what we were behind this counter, we realized that there were some stock rooms, there was some unutilized space. So we proposed to use this space and build our spa. And that's how we ended up with these two counters next to each other. But on the side, you will find our usual glass cube that makes the separation. As you enter, you will see a reception area and then our beauty room. I take another example in Glasgow, where when House of Fraser, which is a real nice store that there is in Glasgow, decided to renovate their store, they integrated the spa in their design concept, and it's at the back of our counter. So again, you have our counter here, and as you progress, you will see the skin spa entrance, and on the side, the reception with the same approach of the glass separation that will take you to a reception area and then our beauty room. This is a great example of Selfridges stores in the UK also, where we build the spa behind our counter. So again, you have the reception area, you have the retail area, we have a great discovery table, which is something that we do all the time to do our skin time and our application techniques. And again, as you progress, we have this spa. I like this example because this is a spa that we build in Spain, El Corte Inglés, because what we love in this spa is that we couldn't accommodate the room behind our counter, but the creativity of our designer and the store designer allow us to have the spa on the first floor, the room on the first floor, but reception on the bottom floor. This is in Toronto with the Bay. We have two spas with them, one in Toronto, one in Montreal, and again, beautiful counters, and as you progress in the counter, you have these spa doors, and behind, you can have a treatment. The next one is going back to Bloomingdale's, and I like this one because I remember presenting this spa concept to Michael Gould about 3 years ago, and I came with all these pictures from everywhere around the world. And Michael, at the end of the presentation, I'm sure you all know Michael, said, "Oh, great. So when I build a store in London, I'll give you a call. Have a nice day." So I say, you know what? We're going to try to do something also in the United States. And we started by having a program with Bloomingdale's where before even building our own spa, we identify about 8 stores where we put beauty rooms with our own therapist to see what will be the impact on our business. It was so good that in Chestnut Hill, in Boston, which is a great department store, especially focusing on service, we realized that there was a space on the cosmetic floor which was used with a very small access to the main floor, which were used by offices, some cosmetic managers' offices. And we say with Laurie, the store manager, why don't we take this space, which anyway it's not used, and convert it to a service and a selling machine. And we took this space that you see here, and as you see, we converted it into a spa. And that gave us the ability of building right in the middle with a very small entrance, but as you progress in a spa, with a real spa feeling and beautiful treatment room, and probably the most expensive shower that has ever been built in a department stores. So, you know, it's good to have all these pictures, but I mean, the real question is, does this concept works? In other words, do our skin spa make money, and do they create the consumer engagement and the store engagement that we want? Well, yes, they do. Because skin spa give us an opportunity to not only service customers beyond expectations, but to sell professional treatment and Clarins product. In fact, we call this the gearing wheel effect. This will be probably for us the best answer to what we call the gift with purchase. You know, we introduce the spa to new and existing customers as a professional service. They discover a new product and application technique as they go to the spa. They buy more product at the counter, and then, because they like the experience, they share with their friends, bringing customers to the store. So really make sure that it was working, and since we had such a long experience in the US, or even in the UK or in the US with Bloomingdale's, we looked at our numbers. And we took the John Lewis partnership, which is a great store in the UK that is very focusing on service. And we had half of our stores at the John Lewis has spa, half don't have the spa. So it was good to compare. Well, the blue line is the growth that we had for 5 years with the stores that didn't have a spa. We increased our sales by plus 38%. If you look at the store that has a spa, on average, we increased by 110%. And today in the UK, we have 60 spas in department stores. Clarins is the #1 skincare brand in the UK with 32% market share. And in 59th Street, we also added 1 cabin, and look at where we are, plus 120% in the last 3 years. So yes, it works. And what is very interesting for us is that instead of approaching customers and engaging customers at point of sales with only a product offer, or a promotion, or a gift we purchase, we approach our customers with a service. And that's great because offering a service to the consumers allows us to totally change the conversations. In fact, it helps us to interact with other floors in the stores because the fashion floor, for example, wants to offer to their best customers a treatment. The other thing that we do is that most of our marketing offers are around trying to build the loyalty and the engagement. This is something we do. It's called Time for Me. And basically, it's a loyalty reward. As you purchase more Clarins product, we offer you minutes of treatment. And as you complete your card, you have a full treatment, so you can go and experience the spa. The same way, we create something that we call Spa Me. And Spa Me is an interesting thing. It's basically trying to sell membership or series. We sell 5 treatments for the price of 4, or, reverse. We sell 5 treatments for the price of 4, that's right. 5 treatments for the price of 4, I'm sure they would love to do the reverse. 3 treatments for the price of 2. The idea is to have members so the person keeps coming back to the stores because she buys. And about 25% of our treatment revenues come from these memberships that we have. Since people love so much the experience, we also want to make sure they become our ambassadors, and we've created these gift certificates. And people then can share this with their friends, bringing new people to the store. We use the spa a lot to introduce our new product, and we use the spa also for PR exercise. For example, we have beautiful granddaughters they are the granddaughters of the founder of Clarins, and since we're a family company, they sometimes come, and we did a PR event in Bloomingdale 59th Street, for example, where we use the spa as the stage to talk about Clarins. So again, the spa has been for us a great strategy. We have 120, I think it was more now, we have about 140 spas. We do 600,000 treatments in department stores every year. It generates 40 million of revenue, and there are 400,000 extremely happy customers that go to the spa. As I said, it's customer loyalty, it's customer engagement. I'd like to move with the next example because you will understand the parallel between what we do with the Clarence Touch. However, it's in a total different world. And again, the idea was how are we going to manage, even though we're smaller, to be different in a remarkable way, but in a very crowded industry. So it's not the elephant now, it's me trying to be remarkable. And again, this is really, really crowded. At Thierry Mugler Parfum, which is another company that we have, we manufacture and sell some of the most expensive and exclusive prestige fragrances on the market. Angel being the most famous one. We distribute select high-end department stores and specialty stores. We do not play the promotional game at all. We offer very few gift sets and no gift with purchase. We handle our fragrance business in a similar way as our skincare and cosmetic business. In fact, we don't see ourselves as selling a fragrance, but selling an experience. So with a similar strategy as Clarins, but adapted to the world of fragrances, we're trying to maximize the experience, the customer experience at every single touch point, from the moment they walk into the stores through the moment they consume our products. Now, so first at point of sale, in a similar way to Clarins, and you know we love to touch our customers. So we train our fragrance specialists to create a unique customer experience. The store, again, becomes a stage. We delight and surprise our customers so they escape from a brand new world of fantasies. In order to create this emotional connection, we create a sense of surprise. We give them a lot of tools. We have a toolbox, and they have an average about 10 different tools they can play with on any given day, so they can change that. We like to create a dose of intrigue. This is a Macy's stores in Biltmore in Arizona, not too far from here, and sometimes also a hint of provocation. Most of our fragrance specialists are trained to be spectacular. We give them the permission to act like star. In fact, they need to act as a star to sell a star. We train them to never stand behind, but in front of our counter, to use dream language. We do not spray the fragrance on a blotter, but we do a celestial cloud where we invite the customer to walk in. We offer a hand massage so they can discover the fragrance through an application techniques again. And we never talk about the ingredients, but more about the emotional reaction. We do not stimulate the five senses. We delight them. We touch their heart. We stimulate their mind. And the key thing, and that's something that as a signature for the group, we believe at Clarins Counter that we have to provide fragrances with a strong point of view, a strong character. And I think Eva Mendes gives pretty good point to that. So we like to have fragrances that have a strong character. That means that when we introduced Angel from Thierry Mugler in 1992, exactly 20 years ago, it was, and it is, a polarizing scent. Very different from any olfactive territories. We created new olfactive territories because we believe that when you try to please everyone, you basically please no one. So we want people to fall in love with our fragrances, or even if hate it, but at least we want the one that fall in love. And when they fall in love, it's passionate, and you become an addict. So it's not maybe, I should maybe not use some of these words here, but we're kind of a drug dealers because we have really addicted people that comes to our counters. And when you're a drug dealer, you have to find a pretty good supply chain. So we call it the source. And we found something that from day one we created that's called the source. I'd like you to discover this.
Ooh la la! Do you know what happened to me today? So chic. Oops, my star was empty. I decided to bring it back to life. Amazing! So chic. Built so strong. He could scare, but when I'm sad, he would care. Kinda cold at first sight, but crazy hot, oh, on the inside. Monsieur le cœur, la source is wow, Monsieur McClure, refill me now.
So in all the store in the world, since day one, that have been selling Angel and Alien, we have installed a fragrance fountain, which is a dispenser of fragrances, and we call it the source. These are some examples of different fountains we had throughout the years. This is the new one we'll introduce. As you can see, there will be 4 heads because we use the source to do plenty of marketing initiatives. We can have drumming events. We can have new juice discovery events. And customers can basically bring the bottle back to the store and pay for just the refill of their perfume. It's obviously economical, it's ecological, but most importantly, it brings customers into the store and back to the counters. So we keep this relationship, again, going with our consumers. This is a great example where we can use the source as a major feature. This is in the bay in Yorkdale, close to Toronto, where we used this tree of sources, and this is something we are planning to install at Herald Square because it's such a unique feature. And people don't realize, but Angel is a top 5 fragrance worldwide. And people don't realize, sometimes even retailers don't realize that 40% of our business is done with the source. 40% of our business is people coming back to the counter and fill their bottles. And this is very unique because no one has done this in our industry to keep such a big loyalty building project. But what we do in the world today is we have 1 bottle refilled every 4 seconds. At the end of this presentation, 600 bottles would have been refilled. Thanks to this initiative, we have saved 1,500 tons of glass every year. So, as we like to say, saving has never been so chic. Interesting thing, and I'm nearly finished, but I'd like to show you how the source becomes a service center. This is a type of event that we run in stores. For example, we have these discovery promotions where we will have empty bottles, features next to our source, and people will come and discover Angel by just paying the price of the refill twice a year. This is a great way to save some money but still discover. Also, we train every single fragrance specialist to take advantage of this number of people that keep coming back to refill, to clean the bottles, engage them, present them the ancillaries products, our body lotion, our shower gel, our famous hair mist. And we're the only one in the industry that have 20% of our business with ancillaries products because we have this ongoing relationship. Now, as we have such a big number of addicts to the brand, from day one, we created the circle. And this is kind of finishing the loop of our customers because basically, as it was for Clarins, we put a messenger card and a little card in every single product. And in addition to that, we put a Unicode that is on the flap of every single boxes or every single product that we sell, where people can log online. It's a non-merchant site that basically is called Angel. It's called Mugler Circle. And when you log in it, you become part of the community. We have an enormous number of people that are part of this community. And what we do is that as soon as they join the circle, we send them an initiation box that goes straight to all their houses, where they will discover an ancillary product. They will have a passport. This passport will be at their name, because now you can do everything at the name of the consumers. And these passports will give them a lot of news about the brand. Also, we'll ask them to share this news with their friends. And the great thing of having this circle that is a follow-up of the source is that we create a huge community of Angel addicts. And we also send to them, for example, a great mailer at the end of each year, and they love that. And what I like here to show is some examples of people really engaged. They share the mailers on Facebook, Instagram, on Twitter. We have this young guy called The Kid, who was so excited that he said, I'm thrilled, I'm part of the circle now. And we have another example, which I like, which is coming from Claudia, who on Twitter, trying to move the next slide, who on Twitter say, you know you're a shopaholic when Thierry Mugler sends you a card that lights up and say, Claudia, you're a star. And we've sent this on Twitter. And the interesting thing about having this community of addicts is that they really interact with us. Now, some of them go the extra mile. As you can see, we had a competition of people starting to show their tattoo of Angel online, so they go a little bit too far. But we take this opportunity to create what we call the Mugler at-home parties. And every year we do 100 at-home parties where we send to 100 happy few that are presented as a concept, a full kit to discover our fragrances. So basically, we have a theme called the Test of Fragrance, where we invited customers to do an event at home and discover Angel at home with their friends. So these are some examples. Some of them baked a cake, which is great. Others, decided to have a champagne discovery with our fragrances. We just send them some products, some gifts with their friends. One did a mistress of scent night, where she invited their friend, and she put herself this red carpet. Now, as you can see, these are true ambassadors, and they really are the ones that have been supporting our brand. Now, today's world is changing, and our shared passion for customer satisfaction has never changed. Together, department stores and brands need to look at the consumer experience and consider the store's CRM, social media, digital as critical touch points that seamlessly offer intimacy and unique customer experience. We together create engagement, we create loyalty beyond reasons, and the stores, and I'm sure about that, have this potential to be the center or this emotional center of gravity for the brands. So whether it is a spa or a Clarence Touch event in a store or the Mugler fragrance source, I have to say that our success for our company would have not been possible with this incredible partnership that we've had with retailers around the world who believe in our unique philosophy. All year long, the store provide this staging and the theater to engage our consumers. They provide highly trained staff that are indispensable for execution, for service and loyalty. Our partnership has allowed customers to become extremely happy customers, falling in love with our brand and our stores, and sharing this love with others. This is what we called in our company the ultimate value creation, and this is why we love department stores. Thank you. I'm sorry, I went a little bit. I have 5 minutes for questions, I think, or 3 minutes for questions. So,
How does your retail partner participate in that added space requirement of the actual spa environment that you?
So we have a lot of different deals around the world, depending on the retailers. We usually always guarantee a certain level of additional sales from our product standpoint, because we know from our experience that as soon as we put a spa, we have an increase of at least 30% in retail. So a counter that, let's say, does $500,000, we know that we will generate, in addition, another $100,000 of sales. Sometimes we share expenses, especially on everything that is more CapEx related. So if we have to build walls, usually what we ask to our partners, if they can, is to provide us what we call this vanilla box concept, where they just put the separation between the rooms, and everything else is for us. Probably the highest cost is when we put showers, is the plumbery, but we take this and Clarins pay for that. Yes?
Is there any way that you can take the retail high touch that you have in the department stores and translate it online? You obviously have an online website. What do you do to try to keep that alive?
So we have, the question. So I'm sorry, I didn't get your name.
Just wondering how you translate the high-touch retail environment into an online store.
So what we do is we have a series of 5 application techniques that are very unique to the company because they enhance the efficacy of our product. So we have done videos that you could find on our website, and these are very simple application techniques that you can replicate at home. But it's true that you can't really get the same experience of interaction. We like to call our skincare specialists and the people that are answering questions online the personal coach of your skin, and they're here to really answer any question you have 24/7, or if you go to a store, they train to be helping you to get the best out of a skincare product. But the best way so far has been videos on how to apply the product.
You obviously recognized very early that the power of the voice of the shopper and bringing those cards in. You've been doing that since the business started. With the advent of social and all of the new streams of data, what sort of technologies are you using to capture that shopper's voice, and how do you weight the impact of an advocate on your new product development?
I don't hear very well the end of the question.
Well,
how do we
how do you figure out when an advocate has enough influence to influence how you develop your product or change the way you create things?
So the first part of the question was the type of technology that we use. So obviously, you know, we've embraced nearly all the things that we can find today on the social media standpoint, and we've created for Mugler, for example, the Love Bites. And Love Bites are basically every little comment that is sent by our customers on a daily basis that we publish. We try to really share this, and we ask them if they want to share. As I say, we're very fortunate because we have a big community of addicts, so a lot of our customers have their own YouTube channel where they comment every time we launch a product. And we like to publish this or ask them if they're okay for us to publish it. We've seen a real impact on our business because obviously, you know, we probably one of the very few brands, in fragrances especially, that don't spend a big part of our investment in advertising. In fact, we spend the big chunk in people in stores and in CRM. And it's a model that we choose from day one. Now, obviously, from time to time, there's offers we can't refuse. So we've been doing TV advertising with Macy's. But really, the main investment is done at store level and at CRM and then online. So we see a nice kind of things going on with this approach. You know, it's just one quick thing, because consumer experience for us is so important that I don't consider my CEO title as Chief Executive Officer, but as a Consumer Experience Officer. And we've been adding this CEO title to everybody, so I have many CEOs in my company now. But it's really important. So we try always to maximize this touch point at store level. Yes. So thank you very much.